Hello there, Papper people. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about urination, otherwise known as Nocturia, peeing at night. Hopefully you're making it to the toilet and not peeing in the bed. That would be tragic. Now I've noticed in my analytics in YouTube, a lot of the viewers of this channel are dudes, and a lot of the female viewers of this channel are married to dudes, so it works out. Everyone can kind of get involved on this. Now this is something that I absolutely notice in myself. I urinate frequently at night on the nights I choose to not wear CPAP. The nights I wear CPAP and wear CPAP successfully, I either pee once or not at all. A little too much information.
Well, get ready, because that's what this video is all about.
Now, to help me with this presentation is a fellow YouTuber that I have recently discovered. I don't recall ever searching for pee-pee stuff, but all of a sudden this stuff started coming up. Anywho, we found Dr. Rina Malik anyway. Dr. Rina Malik is a urologist, and she is a female. Now, a lot of you might be bristling at this thought. How could a female know more about a pee-pee than me? Now, before we let that thought cloud our judgment, we have to consider a couple things. One, there's definitely a double standard, because I want to be honest, anytime there's a guy gynecologist, I do the, what got you into that field? But I look at Dr. Rina Malik, surrounded by wieners all day, and I just think to myself, oh, she's a hero, bravo. You're going into the lion's den with that every single day. How many inappropriate old man wiener jokes has she heard? Unbelievable. She's on the front lines, and she clearly has a sense of humor about it. Now bear with me just one more minute. We need to introduce you to Dr. Rina Malik. Now, a lot of Dr. Rina Malik's content as a guy, you're kind of like, yeah, I already know this. For example, right here. Masturbation myths. Trust me, this is not a myth. Anyone with a teenage boy knows this. Ideal sex duration. Most guys will agree we last just long enough. Where's the G spot? It is right there between the F and the H spot. 7 myths about condoms. One of them is saran wrap is not quite as good. Ask any of my 15 kids. This body part equals penile length. Spoiler alert, this is the nose. Look at this liberal use of eggplants for thumbnails. And there's another thing. We have a squirting peach. You can't beat that. The sense of humor is here. She is a thumbnail queen. She is a god of thumbnails. But the one thing I want to talk about is there is a video she does on why do you wake up to pee? And here's a 1-minute segment that she does on that, talking about sleep apnea. Let's see what she has to say.
Sleep problems. So very commonly we'll find that people who have obstructive sleep apnea or even undiagnosed obstructive sleep apnea will often wake up at night to urinate. And how do you know that you have obstructive sleep apnea? Well, sometimes you may notice that when you wake up in the morning, you don't feel rested. And if you have a partner who sleeps in the same bed as you, they may notice that when you're sleeping at night, you often kind of stop breathing and make a noise and then go back to sleep.
We must pause the action. Make a noise and then go back to sleep? Let's be very specific, because if I make a noise, that was fake, by the way. Is it any noise or is it a very specific noise? Now, that noise of obstructive sleep apnea is typically or it's like a choking sound, a snoring, a snore choke / choke, like a. You might notice a lot of coughing too. So to say any noise, not so much. Specifically, a choking, snoring, snorting, wet sounding sound is what we're looking for obstructive sleep apnea. This includes hypopneas, respiratory effort related arousals, things of that nature. Even snore arousals. You can have snoring arousals where you don't actually have a decrease in airflow, but you're still waking up. Let's continue.
A sign that you have obstructive sleep apnea. Also, a widened neck circumference is sometimes a sign of obstructive sleep apnea. So definitely, if you are thinking that you're waking up a lot and you're not feeling rested and you're having any of these other things, please bring this up with your primary care doctor.
As I only dabble in wieners.
So you see, my message is doctor approved. Now I want to build on this though. This is not just people with undiagnosed sleep apnea, though that is a huge, huge population. If you have undiagnosed sleep apnea, you're gonna wake up and pee a lot. It's just a given. Now, in the rest of this video, Dr. Malik, she mentions other things, enlarged prostate, maybe you're drinking a gallon of warm milk before you go to bed. Yeah, you're gonna get up and pee a little bit. I really wanna further this because it's important. Even if you're on CPAP, even if you're on bi-level ASV, you think that your sleep apnea is being treated, oftentimes it's not. When I'm doing consultations with people through my website, axgsleepdiagnostics.com, I'll look through their Oscar data and I can still find periods of time where one, either their pressure isn't appropriate, more often than not, it's too little. Oftentimes they're on auto titrating CPAP, which is just, God, it's just shit. Don't get me started on that. Or they're on an inappropriate mode of therapy. The other thing is they may have a high leak, either a high mask leak or a high mouth leak. In essence, this turns your CPAP completely ineffective. You may as well not even be using it. At the end of this video, I'm gonna tag another one of my videos that I feel worse with CPAP. It goes through all of these issues. But sometimes, even though you're wearing your CPAP and you're wearing it religiously, you're wearing it for a full 8 hours a night, your sleep can often feel worse than if you just don't wear CPAP at all. And that's because there's some very intricate things in there that you can do to optimize your CPAP therapy. And so this is a clue. Frequent urination at night with the use of CPAP is a huge clue that you're probably not getting the full benefit of your CPAP or your bi-level therapy. If this is the case, you don't have to pay me a friggin' dime. Do it yourself, hop onto Oscar. It is a free download, sleepfiles.com/OSCAR. And if you just look at the leak trend window, if the leak is stable, ignore the stuff on the left. I don't care about the median, the 95th percentile, all that leak stuff. It's irrelevant, it's worthless. All I care about is that leak trend window. If that leak value, that leak trend is jagged like a mountain range, like a jagged mountain range on the island of Hawaii, that is not a good thing. The other thing, your flow rate. If it looks fairly smooth all the way across, you're probably fine. If it is choppy and chunky the entire way, you probably got a problem. If we fix one of those two things, the leak or the pressure, the flow rate, sleep is gonna be much more improved and you're gonna notice you get up less to pee. Now, why do you get up to pee at night? I've heard so many things. The honest answer is, I don't really know. I heard that there's a hormone or something that when you're sleeping soundly, it prevents you from creating and producing urine. Maybe, I don't know. The other thing I've heard is your brain gets no oxygen from lack of breathing, and that's your brain's way of saying, hey, go run a stupid errand for me while I can suck some more oxygen in, and I'll lie to you and say you have to pee. And you plop a few drops of wee-wee juice into the toilet and you're like, I guess I didn't really have to pee. And then your brain's like, gotcha! That's another theory. Quite honestly, I don't care. All I know is for myself and for many other people, one, you get diagnosed with sleep apnea, you get put on CPAP and use it successfully, urination goes away. The other thing is you are already on CPAP and you optimize your CPAP therapy, frequent urination goes away. Guys, I hope this helps. If you're into men's health at all, I really, really highly recommend you just take a look at Dr. Rena Malik's videos. They're great. They're very amusing. She's informative. She's to the point. Anyway, thank you for watching. I have a bunch of links in the description box down below for links to my websites, links if you want to support this channel. You certainly don't have to. I certainly appreciate you guys watching. If you made it this far, with your little pinky finger, go ahead and tickle that like button ever so gently. And then do me a favor, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, again, I appreciate you watching. Have a good day. Bye. Why does your mask smell like my feet? Pick up some Mask Bright today. Thank you to all watching, but an extra thick thanks, buddy, to Doug Toombs, Jason Georgiades, Matthew Lilly, Mona Swearingen, Chung Chu Chen, Patricia Espelong, Ray Troutman, Sarvesh Joshi, and Stuart Hetherington, as well as a big thank you to all my other Patreon supporters and YouTube members. Little tiny thanks, buddy, for you guys.